What do we know about light? We know that light is something that we can see. It gives color and beauty in our lives. Learning about the behavior or properties of light is not only fun, but our knowledge about light can also help us create many things. In this lesson, we will explore how light behaves and observe its effects on objects. And just as light can affect matter, matter can affect light. When light interacts with matter, it can be seen as a form of energy. It travels in waves. Light waves travel in one direction away from the source. Light waves that vibrate in the direction perpendicular to the direction of their motion are called transverse waves. Light can travel through empty space, and this is how light from the sun reaches Earth and other planets. When light strikes a medium, the light can be reflected, absorbed, or transmitted. And when light is transmitted, it can be refracted or scattered. When light strikes the surface of an object, several things may happen. If the radiation is turned back by the surface without entering the object, the light is said to be reflected. Smooth surfaces such as the surface of a still body of water, polished mirrors, and metals are good reflectors. There are two types of reflection. We have the specular reflection and the diffuse reflection. This type of reflection is the reflection of light where the angle of reflected light equals to the angle of the incident light, but on the opposite side of the surface normal. While diffuse reflection occurs on rough surfaces. Refracted light makes objects look bent, broken, or wavy. The pencil in the glass of water looks broken because of refraction. The light is bent by the water. Materials that can transmit and refract light include water, glass, and clear plastic. There are some materials that take in or absorb most of the light than hits them. You cannot see light that is absorbed because it is not reflected back to your eyes. Dark-colored objects absorb more light than light-colored objects. For example, a black shirt absorbs more light than a white shirt. The light absorbed by the black shirt changes into thermal energy or heat. As a result, wearing a black shirt on a sunny day makes one feel warmer than wearing a white shirt. How light behaves when it strikes an object depends also on the material the object is made of. Objects that allow light to pass through are said to transmit light and are described as transparent. Some other substances can transmit light but allow the light to scatter or diffuse, making it difficult to distinguish objects that are behind them. We call these substances translucent. Substances that do not transmit light at all, like stones and wood, are opaque materials. Since Earth's atmosphere contains many molecules and other tiny particles, these particles can scatter sunlight. Most of the particles in the atmosphere are very small. Small particles scatter shorter wavelengths of blue light more than the light of longer wavelengths. Their molecules and tiny particles scatter the shorter wavelength colors. By the time the sunlight reaches your eyes, most of the blue and even some of the green and yellow have been scattered. During the day, the sun's rays travel through less air, so the sky appears blue even though air itself is colorless. Wrapping up key concepts, remember that light waves travel in straight lines in all directions away from a source. When light hits an object, it can either be reflected, refracted, or absorbed. The color of light depends on its wavelength. And heat is the energy that flows between two objects because of a difference in temperature. See you online, Globalians!